Alright, so hey everybody, this is episode 1 in a series of YouTube videos that I'm going to produce covering how to become a pro player. Now this is going to be answering the question in a way that hasn't really been answered, I don't think. And I want to talk about things that pro players do, and I want to talk about aspects that aren't usually addressed on social media, right? So there's a lot of videos covering things like aim and movement and that side of the game. And there's also some videos covering sort of the tactical aspect of Apex. And these videos are great for covering that. But I do think there's a lot more to being a pro player in Apex, right? That a lot of people don't know about. And if you're an aspiring pro, or you already are one, and you're just curious, or maybe you don't care, but you're just wondering, you know, what I have to say, cool. So this is episode 1. This episode is going to be about the setup. Everyone has a different setup, right? So this is personal, and what I want to touch on in this video is things that I've done that have basically improved my setup throughout the time, right? Things that I've learned, and I want to share that with people because I don't think there's that many videos talking about how you should set yourself up at a computer. So we're going to get into that today. So the first major thing that most people will talk about when it comes to setup, right, is your peripherals. So the peripherals will be, you know, your mouse pad, your mouse, and your keyboard. I think these things are often overhyped and overtaught, and they can enable you to become a better player, right? But that's only once you've reached a certain level where the difference between the weight of this mouse and the weight of this mouse is actually enough to kind of produce a result in game, right? A lot of people, when they first think about becoming pros, or they think about, you know, trying to play competitively or trying to improve themselves in the game, think, well, I need a better mouse or I need a better keyboard. And I totally respect that mindset because I used to have it, right? But the thing is that you kind of realize over time this shit doesn't matter. I'm not sponsored by Logitech, but this mouse pad is the G860, I think it is. It's the 1 meter or the extra large version of the G640, which is an amazing mouse pad. I recommend if you're on a budget, get the G640. It's about £30, which seems like a lot of money for a mouse pad. I know it's literally like a bit of wetsuit, but I swear to God, it's worth it down the line. It's a great mouse pad. My keyboard is a Ducky 1-2 Mini. This is a ludicrously luxurious keyboard. You don't need to spend this much money on a keyboard. I only do it because I've fallen under the spell of the Ducky. This keyboard is the first one I had. It's Corsair K63. It's RGB. It's got some red lights. I don't know what the fuck. It's not RGB, but it's got red lights, right? It's got media controls. It is 10 keyless, which gives you more room on your mouse pad. But the thing is, guys, it's like £60, £50. It's really cheap for a very, very good red switch mechanical keyboard. You don't need to spend a lot of money on these things in order to get good peripherals. The only other thing to talk about really is these. These are my headphones. And, you know, you'd think someone with so many hours in this game would have spent money on newer headphones. And I'll be honest with you, I have. Behind here, I think, is my HyperX headset. This thing was like £100 and something, and it's wireless. And I don't use it. The reason is, it's great. It's an amazing headset, but it's hot. It gets freaking hot in here, which is why I wear this arm sleeve, right? It's to stop any sweat sticking to everything. And it's also the reason why I have this extra mouse pad here, this extra SteelSeries mouse pad. The reason that's there is because otherwise my sweaty ass wrist is going to stick to this desk and it's gross, right? So that's why I have this other shitty mouse pad. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. These headphones are amazing. They're about £10, right? And the reason they're so damn good is because they fit in my weird eardrums, right? If you like using in-ears, not everybody does. Some people prefer the over-ear headphones, right? I prefer in-ears just because they're light, they're airy. I can hear everything in game. It sounds fine. But the real reason I use them is because they have these sport like hook thing here that hooks into my ear. And one thing I really hated about in-ear headphones, I've had some other ones that don't have this hook, right? You put it in your ear, you start playing, you're constantly doing this, readjusting because they keep falling out of your damn head. So this hook basically attaches it to my ear and holds it in there. And these things never come out. They're comfortable as hell. I never get earache. You have to clean them, otherwise you get like some weird ear disease. So make sure you clean them. And that actually brings me on perfectly to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is just cleanliness. If you don't keep your shit clean, then it won't last long. Especially stuff like keyboards. Like, guys, don't eat over your keyboard. Don't put drinks down on your mouse pad. Just get a coaster, or if you don't give a shit about this desk is about £30 from IKEA. Just put it on the desk. Don't put it on the mouse pad. Another top tip here. Whenever you're done playing, right, you put your peripherals to one side, okay? And then you fold the mouse pad like this. And basically what that means is that all the dust and crap and skin and any hair and other body parts and things that fall from the sky during the night will land on this side, and then, you know, when you're ready to play, you flip it over, it's clean. Otherwise, all the dust that comes off your ass is going to land on your mouse pad, and then you've got a dusty mouse pad, and no one wants that. So I really recommend doing that. What you can also do as well is use monitor covers and stuff like that to keep dust off the monitor. I highly recommend doing that. I am actually too lazy. Don't know why. I've got them in my room, I just don't use them. So what I do is I just wipe it down every once in a while, but don't let it get too dirty. 90-degree rule. Keep your back straight against the chair. Keep the chair upright. Don't have the chair lowering itself. Keep it upright, as upright as it can go. And then you want your arms at 90 degrees, both arms at 90 degrees, somewhat symmetrical. Kind of almost as if you're hugging an invisible sort of lady. There's like an invisible lady right here, and you're kind of hugging her, right? You got your arm, one arm this side, one on that side, right? And then you want your back to be as straight as it can be, and then your butt joint here. What's that called? Your butt joint, like your hips. That's the one. Your hips. Keep your hips at 90 degrees as well. So your legs and your hips are like this, and then the same thing with your knee going down to the ground. So your knee should be at 90 degrees too. None of this weird slouching. I know JDM is like a AWPer from CSGO. He's like infamous for slouching. I don't know, maybe it works for him, but I personally found, this is again all my own experience, but if you keep yourself at 90 degrees, nice and symmetrical, nice and perpendicular, you're going to be able to game for the longest period of time. And one thing to add on that sometimes is if you need to keep your knees at 90 degrees, you might need a footstool. So I'll show you guys my footstool. That is literally made out of the foam packaging that the Secret Lab chair came in, and I've taped it together, and that's it. That's my footstool. It's absolutely shit, but it works, and it keeps my feet elevated, and it keeps my knees at 90 degrees. So that's the 90-degree rule. Keep stuff in the space that you're going to use a lot. For instance, I keep deodorant nearby because I don't want to stink, right? I keep a box of tissues because I sneeze sometimes. And also, holy shit, get some plants, for the love of God, right? It literally provides the oxygen you're breathing, and it makes the room feel a lot more alive because it literally is, right? Get some plants. I swear to God, I'm not sponsored by plants, but just get some. You can also really benefit, I think, from surrounding your room or your space with stuff that is kind of significant to you, that maybe you're proud of, or it makes you think of other things. So when you're screaming your ass off at the fact that, you know, you've just been third-partied, or I don't know, you just missed a whole clip of a gun, something like that, right? You're really upset at the game. You can kind of zoom out, look up and go, oh yeah, there's more to life than just this. I'm literally passionate about this. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to literally torture myself every day. I'm passionate about this, right? And having other things around you that can help you with that. Like, for instance, look at this, guys. This is my 3D thingamajig of the UK that I did when I was probably like 15, 16. And I like having it there for two reasons, right? One, I'm kind of proud of it. It took a lot of time. And two, it's not finished. So it's kind of cool that it's like this thing that I haven't finished yet, and it's a work in progress, but it's reminding me every day that like I can do stuff that's cool, I'm proud of it, and also not everything that's finished is great, right? Some things are actually kind of great when they're not finished. And I feel like, as cringy and as weird as that sounds, it's kind of like a metaphor for being a pro player, is that you're never going to be finished, right? Not even when you've won, you haven't won. You want to win again. And if you can take a step back and appreciate any small victory, I really feel like, you know, you can get far with that. So I keep that there for that very reason, and I really like it there. Anyway, that was a bit too heartfelt, a bit too sentimental. Clean your desk. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I'm out on a run right now, and I've just been editing that video, and I thought of some things that I haven't actually said in the video that I should have done. So first thing to note really is that my peripheral section was a bit wonky, and I didn't really explain to you guys the best peripherals that you can actually buy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a lot of my friends who have used a lot of mice and keyboards and have you know, a lot of experience in the mice and keyboard field, because I've only used, you know, a few. So I'm going to ask them, I'm going to get their top rated opinions, you know, the budget ones as well. I'll also leave links to some of Linus Tech Tips videos that you guys can refer to. I'm sure you've seen them already, but it's definitely worth knowing if you haven't. And those videos will talk about, you know, those videos will talk about the best PC setups for competitive gaming, that kind of thing. Please leave constructive feedback in the comments, guys. I really want this to be a open thing where you guys can ask questions and I can answer them in future episodes. So if there's anything you're not sure about, you want to become a pro player, or you want to become a better Apex Legends player, and you're looking for some tips and tricks, or some tips that you can't find on YouTube right now, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to include them in my future episodes. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and like I said, please leave feedback, and also like, comment, subscribe, that whole thing that I have to say now. Alright, bye everybody.